Hey, AfterBuzzers, you are tuning in for episode 21 of season 3, Rock Block. We get a lot of wedding stuff, and we get a little bit of wage. It's so teasing, but stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
All right, so we have this song because of one rock. That right there. That is why we have this song by T-Pain. T-Pain. You guys are going to be singing this song the rest of the way, so you're welcome, because we just heard it for 30 seconds, and now we can't stop singing it in our heads.
Yeah.
So
just stuff. To be fair, we tried to get the song in the episode. That was so good, which I think was Rosemary Clooney.
Is what we came across.
Couldn't find it.
Yeah,
couldn't find it anywhere.
Couldn't find it anywhere. And we came across the song that Cabe and Allie were drinking too, but it was so relaxed.
Chilling.
You know how we are. We don't want to be relaxed. We want to have a party up in here. Hi, everybody. I'm Monse Bolanos, here to talk to you once again about Scorpion. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Monse Bolanos, MonseBolanos. You can also find Susannah.
Yes, you can find me at Susannah_Kim, SUSANNAH_KIM, and I am gonna hop into the live chat right now.
Yes, do that.
Join you guys.
Yes, I love it. Episode. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Overall,
I liked it.
We're gonna give it a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. There were
really
some things about it, obviously, you know, but I liked it. I feel like we got a lot of stuff in this episode.
Yes.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah. Per usual, I mean, the mission wasn't as exciting to me as the team stuff. I just love our group, which is a testament to the writers. They made us care about them so much. Yeah, we're so invested in them.
But I actually didn't. There's other missions I have disliked more than this one. Actually,
totally, yeah.
There were things I liked.
It.
The president.
I liked Eric.
I was just about to say you liked Eric. I didn't mean it. That's how I like the president. I just liked the president.
Yeah, no, I really like the president too.
President
as an actor,
played by Christopher Hayerdrol. I am hoping I'm saying that right. General Savick, Carlo Rota was the actor, who I also liked. I thought the three of them, and Eric, who you liked very much. Johan Erb.
Yeah.
Johan?
I'm into it.
Johan.
I would go with Johan. Yeah.
Johan?
I like Johan.
With the Y? It's not with the Y, it's with the J.
Okay. It's probably Johan.
Johan?
Yeah. Nobody says Johan.
You never know. Nowadays,
that's true. I'm sorry, Johan. It could be. You're right, man. You let me know if you're watching this.
You let us know if you're watching.
Could be.
Come on into the studio.
If you were watching this, you should have been here.
Right, yes. So just come on anyways.
Johan, you let me know.
Herb.
You let me know how it's said.
You let us know. Let us know. And then we get Allie back in this episode. So many great co-star, guest stars that we had in this episode. Let's talk about Allie coming back.
It's always exciting when they bring back those characters. The ones that we like, though.
Yes, don't give us somebody we don't like Tim. If you could, by the way, tell us Tim has died, that'd be great. Just so we can move on with our lives and not expect for him to come back unexpectedly. You know what I mean? Because if he just shows up, I swear, I'm going to just turn this table over.
Yeah,
all right?
Yeah.
So don't give us Tim. But Allie comes back.
I know, how exciting.
So I love her. Reiko Aylesworth. I love her.
She's so cute.
She's so cute. Down to the end when I kind of nudged you.
You were like, I
love her. The way she walked away from Cabe after Cabe was like, yeah, have a good night, whatever. She walked away. So what did you say?
She got a little swagger.
A little swag. That's
a little
what it
sway,
was.
you know?
Yes.
Oh yeah. It's like when Rachel walks away from a and now you're watching me walk away.
And now you're watching.
Yup.
So simple.
I won't lie, I do that all the time.
So simple.
It's so simple. Yep.
And
watch
Cabe
me walk away.
says, "Damn it." Because he's literally watching her walk away. Well, Joy knew Rachel was going to come back because they were on a date. So it's a little different. But, yes, it's instantly what I thought about.
Yes. Real quick, let's say hi. We have some new names in here. I always love when we have new people watching us. Kristen Schreiber, I don't think we've seen in here before. William Day. And then, of course, we've got Ivan Soto, Corby One, Steven Starr. All of our regulars. Love you guys. Thanks for joining us.
Let us know what you thought of the episode.
Oh, Megan, after being sick all day, this is good.
Oh,
Megan Rickards, thank you. And hope you feel better.
Yes. And we're actually on time today.
Cynthia Guzman. A little bit. We're closer to on time.
Normally, we're on Latino time.
Yeah.
Which is like a little late, you know. But we're here, which is what's important thing. Right. But we got Allie, which is what we're talking about. I like that we finally kind of it made full circle with this Allie thing in the sense that Sylvester was like, you're being stupid. I'm so glad that happened. That she didn't just walk away and once again, she was kind of put like on a shelf and possibly maybe come back. Now it's like, she definitely needs to come back.
Right. Although she does bring the alderman stuff back with her.
Right.
but yeah, I'm so happy that she's back. And for Cabe too. And for Sly to sort of step up, you know, because he stepped up in the episode with the mission too. But this was a bigger step up, I feel like. Yeah, more important to us.
And it was very cute how it went down of like him kind of straight up telling Cabe he's an idiot and Cabe not liking it, but telling him like, this is why. You're trying to protect me and I'm over it. Kind of like what we said, like, you're more upset than Sly.
Right.
You know, and it's...
okay, because I was just looking at this.
It's a good thing, but, you know, you're putting your happiness aside.
Right.
I mean, it's a good thing. I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to be a dad.
And so was she at... Because I remember Ivan Soto right now is saying, Allie betrayed the team. I hate her. And to be fair, when that happened, you were upset too, I remember. So and I was like, oh, you were so mad at her. And you were like, I'm done with her. So how do we feel? I would love to know how people feel about her overall. I mean, we're happy that she's back, so overall positive.
I feel like I went back and forth, because then I feel like we came back and it was like, where's Allie? Come back. I really did not make my decision about Allie very clear.
But I'd love to know what people think. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What?
Cynthia Guzman, I don't like Allie either.
What? Why do you guys don't want Allie and Cabe to be together? You guys don't like that matchup?
Yeah. Ivan Soto, I do want Cabe happy, though. So, I mean, that's nice.
All right. But not with Allie. You guys don't like... I feel like they're so cute and...
They're cute, yeah. And I mean, it was her job, and she's doing her best now to sort of reconcile that and fix it. Yeah, she's getting the terrible alderman out of office now. So, and yeah, we'll see.
I just feel like after this episode, she got so involved with the team. Now she wasn't just Allie, Cabe's girlfriend. She was an asset to Team Scorpion today when she was helping out with the chemicals.
She prevented the garage from burning down almost and blowing up.
Who knows what Cabe would have done? So it's like she has to come back. And again, she's trying to fix her ways. She's trying to make up to Cabe what she did that really upset him, which, you know, was the whole thing with Sly. But I was hoping Sly wouldn't take the job.
Yeah, well, we still don't know. We're not sure.
Well, was it at the end of the deal? At the very end, he was like, no, I take office and you take her to dinner.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, maybe.
I was hoping he wasn't going to take.
We'll see. We'll see how that goes. I don't know anyone that loves that storyline, you know? Or, I mean, because what is there to really root for?
For sure,
you know?
For sure. Especially now when this is over. So it's like, what are we going to see now?
But I do like that. Okay, if the alderman thing is directly related with Allie, alderman, Al, if that's all together, then fine, I'll take that if it means that we get Allie back. But otherwise, I don't really care.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we never cared from the beginning. Like, let's be real.
Yeah, see, Kristen said just kill the election storyline. And then the election's over, too. They went through the whole election and everything. You're still on it.
And I really liked how when Allie comes back and she has that, like, USB, that file, whatever, and she's like, you want to make a copy? And he's like, I don't know how to do this.
Yeah.
That was so cute. Also, Cabe, come on.
Really? Yeah.
Come on.
It's 2017.
Come on, seriously. You know, it would great-great-grandfather. Come on now. Come on now. Come on. But that was very cute. Very excited to have her back. Hopefully... we get her back. I just want Cabe. I just want to see Cabe with somebody.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. And we're thinking that she's going to be Cabe's date to the wedding. Yes. This is what Megan brought up.
And, you know, she was an asset. So I'm going to go with that. She was an asset today.
Yeah.
So
you think maybe she'll join the team?
Not join the team, but I'm saying that they trusted her, so now she could be around.
Yeah.
Like, now it doesn't necessarily have to be like Allie can't be here when we're doing these things. It was a pretty stressful situation today, or in the episode today, so it's just, you know, I think that settles a lot.
Yeah.
Like, you know, she's not just Allie right now. She's like, Allie. The whole group should thank you.
She's not just Allie. She's Allie.
She's Allie.
She's not here. She's here.
She's there. You know what I mean? Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. What about the wedding stuff?
Yeah.
That was funny.
Hilarious.
That was funny. From the beginning, the whole beginning with Happy on the phone, I was like, something's off. Like, this looks all so awkward. Quickly, we realized they're just trying to get all these freebies.
Yeah. As well they should.
Listen, I'm going to taste every cake.
Right?
Possible.
And it's going to be the first one you tried, but you'll still...
But I don't care. I'm going to eat
others.
so much food. It's probably the first one I try.
Yep.
Like, I get it. I'm not judging. It's just so funny because it's like, why do you have to hide this?
Right.
Isn't this part of the fun?
That's true.
I'm about to spend $30,000. That's usually, isn't that the average price? Kill me. The average price of a wedding, I feel like, I've heard it's like $30,000. Shouldn't you get all these freebies expected?
Yeah.
So why are you guys hiding it?
I would think so. Yeah, it's just because the team is working so hard, apparently.
Right. Everybody else.
So they feel a little guilty.
The best woman? Right? She's the best woman?
Yeah. Is there another word for it?
What?
Mate.
Oh, but she's the best woman right now, right? She's not a...
What am I doing? Yeah, mate, no. It's maid of honor and best... Yeah, best man. Yeah, it's the best woman.
She's the best woman. She's the best woman, for sure. She's the best woman. And she's got all these guys trying to do... They're all trying to do work. That whole scene in the garage, it was so funny because you have Sly, like, on the dry erase board trying to, like, figure out the tables and the dance, and this is where they're going to eat. Like, everybody is working really hard, and the other two are enjoying the freebies. I don't see what's wrong with that.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, fine. But like always, there's something at the beginning of the... Well, not always, but let's say 90% of the time. There's something at the beginning of the episode that they mention that comes back later. They love to do that. And in this case, it was the 2 stainless steel nail files, which I was like, man, those are sturdy, right? We'll get to that. But I thought those were a little too sturdy. All this wedding stuff is what is pushing what we all want, wage. You know what I mean? This is what is bringing them together.
Yes.
Because in the middle of all of this wedding stuff that's going on, we got the best woman and the best...
We have it, by the way.
Mr.
I knew someone in the chat would tell me, so I kept looking. Ivan Soto got us. It was the Dudes of Honor, and he just retracted it. Ivan, I was reading.
Dudes of Honor.
I was reading, and Best Ma'am, I think it was,
Best
right?
Ma'am.
Best
That's
Ma'am.
what it is. Best
Yeah.
Ma'am. Best woman. Yeah.
But yeah.
And the Dudes of Honor.
And
Yes.
that brings them together, and I knew that would happen. That's what I was hoping for.
And we get little bits and pieces here and there, and it's so cute. Like, it's... They're doing a good job. They're doing a good job as to how they're doing it.
Yes.
Because they're giving us stuff, but leaving us wanting more. And
but
doing
slowly,
but enough.
teasing.
Where it's like, yes, this is good.
So good.
You know, at the beginning of the episode, we get Walter saying that he's setting up these lectures, like one of them being family planning and all these things that you should do before you get married, according to him.
Right.
Because he says, what is it, like 53% divorce rate?
Right, yeah.
All of these mathematical things that you don't want to hear when it comes to love. And Paige kind of says that a little bit to him at the beginning. But then at the end, when we go back to the garage and we get a phone call and we hear this message, and you think it's going to be a lecture. This guy, a doctor that's going to talk to him because it's like, oh, yeah, I can fit in Tappy next week. And he reveals that it's not a lecture, a dance class. So stinking adorable.
So it's adorable for so many reasons.
So many reasons.
You know, because it's Walter, because he actually thought of this for them, you know?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he's being empathetic, it's dancing, and then at the end that he even that he asks Paige to dance. I can't.
Everything.
It was
all of it.
too cute.
Where he's like, I heard what you said, and you're right.
Too good.
This was like less than a day. It was like the morning. This is what he was setting up. Later in the day, he was like, I listened to you. You're right. It's not about this. And I even loved how he brings up, he brings up about setting up their first dance and how he's going to pick their song. And at first it was like, oh, I'm going to pick their song because they can't decide. But, you know, Walter is not the most marriagey, lovey type person to pick this type of song. And he brings up Erwin Schrödinger. And he said, who is this, what did he say it was? Scientist, engineer, something.
Yeah.
Something. But he says, love made no sense except when he looked into his wife's eyes. And that's what happens when you dance. So maybe love does make sense in that moment. And he straight up asks her to dance.
And he made this thing that he normally, because we know Walter would never be into dancing or whatever. And he like justified it scientifically in his mind, you know? And so, oh God, they just did such a good job. The writers,
So
you guys
good.
killed it. Like,
so good.
So good.
And that whole thing with them dancing.
And the moment at the end, and then her smile at the very end. At the very end, that little smile.
That shot where it was like, we're not even gonna look at Walter's face right now. We're gonna focus on Paige's face, because Paige is like kind of surprised and shocked, as any girl would be, to have Walter be taking all of this. These steps all at once, in a sense, you know what I mean?
And that song was so
that
cute.
Song was, which we couldn't find.
I wish we had it. Yeah.
If any of you know who or that song was, we think it's called Dem Bones, the name of the actual song, but there's been so many versions of it.
Right.
And we really tried to find the one that they showed in the episode, very jazzy, one. It was so perfect.
Yeah. I loved it.
Guys, we're getting so close to getting wage.
The finale has to be a lot of wage. The finale, if the finale does not have, if it's not wage heavy, I'm going to be so disappointed.
Right?
I mean, it's going to be very Quintus heavy because I'm assuming the wedding's coming along.
Right.
I think that's what we're thinking is happening. But still, we have to have a little bit of wage to hold us over to the next season.
I totally agree. Like, don't take away from Quintus and Tappy or anything like that.
Right.
Give us that. Right. But don't not give us nothing of wage, because you've done that to us before. You sprinkle something, and then you're like, no, you know what? You're going to sit on nothing for 3 weeks, and then what? Exactly. Don't do that. Exactly. Because we're so good. So good. So good. Anything else on the Scorpion team before we go into the mission? The mission?
I don't think so. Not that I can think of right now.
If anything comes up, we'll bring it up. But there's kind of like 2 missions. This is one of those episodes where the mission was quickly solved, and then quickly another one came out.
Of course.
Which, obviously, Scorpions, how it happens. But they're going to go somewhere. They're going to go basically plug a rocket out of the air that's falling.
Yeah.
By making this helicopter meet up with it. They added like an arm. Right? That's the best way to describe it.
Right, yeah.
To the helicopter that's going to grab this capsule.
Yep.
And it's going to be controlled by remote control.
You know, sometimes I think we're not smart enough to cover this show. Right?
Listen, I feel like I'm describing it for most people to understand. It's
for us, for our level,
It's like, I feel like I've set this example. It's like when Michael Scott in The Office is asking about...
explain it like you would explain it to a child.
A 7-year-old. Okay, now explain it to me like I'm a 7-year-old. Because the surplus. And Oscar's trying to explain the money. He's a lemonade stand. Okay, explain it to me like I'm 7. That's kind of what, I feel like Michael Scott. That's Michael Scott in this moment.
But it's true. I mean, the stuff that they do sometimes is so like out there and so crazy that even when we do explain it like we do in layman's terms, it sounds so ridiculous.
It sounds so ridiculous. This was the best way.
Attach an arm to a helicopter.
Right. She added an arm, and they called it something else. Right. But I'm not going to call it what they called it. It's an arm. You added an arm to a helicopter that was being controlled by a remote, and this grabbed this capsule. Just perfect timing.
I like the idea that the free fall of it at the same time. I like that. That was smart.
Right.
It made sense to me. I was like, okay, I can buy that.
I just couldn't believe that this arm was capable enough of holding so much force, so much weight.
Right. Especially it looked pretty weak. It wasn't like a forkllift arm. Yeah.
I wish it would, that was the only thing, because this capsule looks so big and so heavy.
Right.
But what do I know? This could have really worked. I have no idea. I was just saying what I think.
It's perfect that people like us.
As the normal person, that's what I think. It's a 6-figure salary job.
Yes.
So it's like, man, you guys going to get paid for this wedding. You're going to have some monies. They got 24 hours to do it. So they head over to, obviously, a country that we've made up, because that's what they like to do, which I love. Yes, what was it?
Hechnia.
Yeah.
No, the Hetch Republic.
Wow, whatever. That one.
I think that's what they called it. Hechnian Republic or Hetch Republic.
That one.
It's kind of like the Czech Republic.
Hechnian Republic. Yes. That's what it is. You're right. So they have to go over there, but everything's pretty much set up. I love that scene. I didn't love that the remote stopped working because of batteries. That was a little bit ridiculous to me. But they saved it.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Why?
What?
Why did they save that scene to you?
What do you mean?
because the scene I really was not liking. Like, as she's fixing the batteries, I was like, this is so awful. This is so awful. I don't like any of this. Because I felt like it was something that Scorpion should have
that it didn't make sense. Yeah.
It didn't make
but
sense.
You're saying why? Because they used the thing before and they referenced the other episode?
They referenced Berdroni.
Berdroni, yeah.
And they saved it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
That completely was like, okay, because she was like, sorry, we haven't used it since Sly's bird drone.
Yeah, and then when Sly's
Sly's
line.
And his face.
Ari
Stidham. That was so brilliantly
He sold that
done.
line really well.
So quick. And the way it was cut. Good job to the editors.
Yeah.
It was like, clunk, let's move on. It was so, it saved it. It saved it because I
Very
really
good
did
comedic
not.
timing.
So well done. I really did not like the whole battery thing. So it saved it for me. Fine, I move on. I like it. Let's do it. So we save it. We get this capsule, and it arrives, or they have it in front of them, and they quickly realize, well, not quickly. Toby suggests that he does a biopsy without them even really asking. He's like, don't you want to know what you have here? Let me see. Let's make sure everything's okay before we head out. And the General Savick, not thinking anything bad, so I was like, sure. They quickly realize there's like DNA in this meteor asteroid.
Right.
That was funny too.
With the
whole
palladium.
episode. That back and forth. Is it a meteor? Is it an asteroid? And they go through the reasoning as to why.
Yeah, and they both make sense.
Right? Yes, they're both right.
They both make sense.
Who do you agree with?
Right,
Who do you agree with? Who do you guys agree with in the live chat? What do you think it is? I was like, they're both right.
I mean, do you go with who has a higher
I would
IQ?
go with, I would do it what Sylvester did, which called it a rock.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's like the rock.
Flying rock.
Yeah.
Hot rock.
There's actual DNA in this rock that could wipe out hundreds, if not millions, of people. You can bring in like deadly diseases that we don't know about and we have no cure for, stuff that we just have no idea about. And the general really does not care. Really, very quickly. He's like, you get out of my country.
Yeah.
You've done your job, and this has nothing to do with you.
He did a great job at being hateable.
Yes.
Yeah, I did not like him.
Yeah, you didn't like, and he you believe that he had no sentiment, that he genuinely was like, I don't care about you. I don't really care about my people. Like, I just want publicity and I want money. Exactly.
Yeah.
He did a great job. Yeah, I agree with you.
I liked his accent. I liked all their accents.
I liked all of them.
Most of the time when they were talking, I was just repeating everything they were saying. I was like, oh, I like how that sounds. Let me try it.
Let me try it. How'd it go? Let's see.
I can't think of anything they said.
You can't think of anything Eric
earlier
said?
we were watching though. When we were watching though, they were saying things. And I was just, yep. I can't think of any of those words. Some of them were so good though.
Perfect.
Yes.
So we right away know that this general does not want them there. And for a second, you think the President Korsovich, is also kind of a bad guy. You think that for a moment, for like a split second. And this guy, I've seen him before in other things. Yeah. And one thing, I can't put my finger on it, but I feel like I've seen him be evil, but he had a beard.
Interesting.
I feel like I've seen him, and so this one I was like, interesting. Because there's still something eerie, mysterious about this guy, which worked out perfectly because at the beginning you were like, but the general looks like the bad guy. Right. Are you also a bad guy? Right. I'm confused. Is there two villains in here? And so quickly they're all dismissed. They're sent to base camp to be flown off. I have to sneeze.
Oh, bless you.
No.
Beforehand. If it happens, then you're blessed. If not, then no
I'm blessed.
blessing.
Either way.
No.
Okay,
you don't
gracias.
You're fine.
Okay, mira.
But but yeah, even when they're in the truck and being listened to and spied on, even then we're like, oh, the president might be bad because he's like, oh, I let them into my country and this
you hear
and
that, yes, that voiceover.
So we still don't know.
You still don't know, and they even show him telling the general, no, my men will take care of it. Eric, get your service weapon.
Right.
So like he says that to the general totally. Yeah. They're pulled over from this car. Eric is there. Eric, who Susannah likes. Have we mentioned that Susannah likes Eric?
Eric.
Hi, Eric. Johan.
Or Johan. He's going to let me know. And I'm going to call him that.
That's what we're going to do, guys. That's what we're going to do. But for real. So he gets them out, and you think he's going to shoot them, but he doesn't.
Ivan Soto said President was on Supernatural as a
I didn't watch
demon
that.
torture. Okay, so it wasn't that
But, see? See what I mean? I wasn't too off about it. So but I did not watch that.
But he does seem like he could. He's got like the sunken cheeks. Like he could totally be an evil.
Yes. But without the facial hair, he didn't look that scary. Like once you got to know him in the story, you were like, oh, I believe you. I believe that you're not this terrible person. And it turns out that Eric and the president are joining forces with Scorpion to take down the general so that nobody gets harmed from this rock meteor. Asteroid. So they have to figure out a way to do it. And this was fun. Very Ocean's 11-y.
Yeah,
the way it's shot and how they showed it to you. How each of them is like figuring out specific things. Exactly. How they need the blowtorch, the vacuum to make a hole in the wall, and then they use the brick to soften the metal, which I thought that was quite interesting. That was
interesting.
Super interesting.
It was a little bit stretched that they just had a brick just to pick
that
up.
One a little bit, but we'll give it to you.
And I wish that they would have used the brick again later when he's, I'm jumping a little, but when he's like prying open the blades and stuff, I was like, why don't you grab the brick and shove it in there or something, you know? But anyways.
But they do this whole setup, and we have them all split to different locations like they always do in the missions. One goes the other way. But we do get Happy and Walter. They head over to where the wind tunnel is, which is sharing the wall with hopefully where the capsule is going to be placed. And the president is responsible for this. I also love how they give the president a comm for his ear. That was brilliant. I really liked that, so that he was a part of it. Because before we move too far, you're right, there are things he does to save them in the moment, and it's all because of the comm, because he's hearing what's happening. Like when they start using the brick to make the hole, he starts hearing the he's
like, let's play some music. So good. And the way he played that too, so good. I love that actor.
So good. Very well. Or when he said, put the capsule over there next to the flag.
Right, yeah. No,
So well done, so well done. And down to when they're in the wind tunnel, Happy and Walter, and some scientists are coming in to just kind of do their own whatever experiment they're supposed to be doing, and nobody can help them.
Right.
He shows up out of nowhere. Great shot of the scientists facing the president, but Walter and Happy behind them, looking like a deer caught in a headlight. Like,
the only thing at that point, I was kind of like, if we are looking through there, wouldn't we have seen Walter and Happy through the blade thingies? But we didn't see the blades. I don't know if they just did that just to...
I feel like that was a different side note, because they were at the door. They were at a door. And I feel like the blades were on another side now. I know exactly what you're talking about, but I just...
maybe at another angle?
At another
I see
angle.
what you're saying. The blades were on the other side.
That's what I understood.
Okay, maybe.
Like maybe next to it or something, but I thought the blades were elsewhere.
Yeah, but that's the only thing I was thinking of. But but it makes sense because the president is the only person that would be able to tell them, hey, stop exactly what you're doing right now and come watch this.
And even when he said, I want everyone to be there.
His reasoning.
It was so brilliant. It was so brilliant. On the way, something that I missed that I really want to talk about. When Walter says he's never been on a slide.
Yeah.
Walter!
That makes sense.
And it's so funny. She's like, you never been on a water slide? No.
Yeah.
A slide.
Yeah.
Even
just a regular slide.
Even just a regular slide. Oh, so cute.
Too bad he didn't like it, though. It would have been nice if he loved it.
Either. Yeah. That didn't seem like a fun slide.
Oh, that's... Well, I don't know.
I bet you there was like a hard turn.
There was like
he
a
probably
soft landing, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Okay.
It didn't seem fun.
That was about it.
Yeah, but they get there through the slide. They get to the wind tunnel. They find the location of the capsule. They start doing that hole that we were talking about. And then we got Paige and Toby doing other things. Interesting how we find out that bird poop can determine if there's any DNA left in this rock.
Right.
That it would turn orange.
Right.
Because of whatever's in the bird poop.
Right. I mean, we don't know if that's real or if that's something that Scorpion made up for the sake of the show. But yeah, I love Paige's line.
Yeah, bird poop,
like bat poop, bird poop. Yeah.
I love how
what can crap not do or something.
Yeah, so good.
What can't crap do?
So this is kind of where I wasn't such a big fan. Okay, so they start the heat and they're burning the rock. They've made the hole. We made the chemicals thanks to Cabe and Allie's help. Yeah. And we're heating this thing up. The turbines turn on. And really, I can assume that that's going super, super fast and, you can't hold on. So as they're holding on, which is already ridiculous, to the hole made out of metal.
Yeah.
Already ridiculous a little bit to me as to how long they've lasted. And I always think that Walter shouldn't last as long as Happy. I think he should have let go first. And then they do eventually let go because, you know, obviously that thing is much, much stronger than one.
Right.
And then they land against the
Blades,
shutters, the blades, whatever. And then we get, I may be jumping ahead, but this is really what bothered me. Then we get to the point where he forcefully opens the blade to help Happy get back to what she was doing. And when he forcefully opens, he starts bleeding. Why weren't y'all bleeding when you were holding on to the hole made out of metal?
Right, yeah.
That's what bothered me a little bit. I wish...
Yeah.
Because it was like, they're both metal. It's the same exact thing.
Right.
So I didn't understand that and how they made such a big emphasis on him in pain and his hand bleeding. Like, it wasn't a light thing. Like, even Toby addresses it. He's like, oh, that's a man in pain.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was like, y'all were just literally hanging on for dear life. And you're not bleeding at all?
Yeah.
All right, cool. We're just going to let this slide?
We're just assuming it wasn't as sharp, maybe. Because they, because when they open... Because how did they break it open with the brick, right?
The brick softened it, and then they had a pizza cutter. Don't you remember?
Right,
the metal
pizza cutter. Yeah.
That thing's not even smooth.
That would have,
That would have been even harder. That would have been even rougher.
Yeah.
But all right.
And at that point, he had Happy hanging on to him, right?
Yes.
They were both hanging on by his fingertips.
They were so crazy. And Sly, who usually is able to control things like this, is not able to turn anything off. So the only way that Happy is able to get back to sterilizing this rock is using those nail files, those stainless steel nail files that they got from the spa.
Happy.
And she starts, didn't I say Happy? Did I say Tappy? I meant Happy. Okay, Happy. Happy's doing this. Walter is clinging on, bleeding, and she starts using the
nail files.
The nail files. And I was like, really? Those are some strong nail files. Girl. You probably don't want to use them on your nails because that might be painful. But she gets over there. She starts, sterilizing the thing. And nobody can help them. Like, Sly is not able to help. So a soda can saves the day. Right?
Yeah.
This is what happened, right?
Yeah,
Dr. Fizz? Is that what you call it? Mr. Fizz?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Or Mr. Shaz.
Mr. Shaz, Fizz, whatever that soda was. The soda stopped everything, kind of turned off the energy.
Right, because it was so cold.
Because it's so cold in this room. And they were able to fully sterilize the rock, grab a little bit of the remains, and they realized there was no DNA left.
I like the... What is that? What do you call that? A dustbuster? Dustbuster. That they use a little vacuum. To suck up the little dust that was left over. Yeah.
And he looks through it, shakes it up, and it's like no orange. The bat poop would have shown orange if there was any DNA.
Right.
So it's like, yay. You think it's over. You think it's like, great, we've done it. We can get out. Life is good. They're headed back to base. They have a place to go. The president tells him, you guys take care of yourselves. We'll be okay. And they're not okay.
I love that. I love
Me
that
too.
he said that. And the
Me
reason
too.
that they gave later, they were like, we knew he
wouldn't
have left us. Yeah. Ugh, so noble.
So
presidential.
right? I would love to see him again.
Right?
I would love to see this president again. Maybe the general's gone, but I would love to see this president again. And Eric, just to say. So they turn around, already on their way back to safety, to where they're going to get picked up because Homeland has already set it up. They go back and they have a deal. They have a treaty with the general, and it's done by Sly.
Yeah, out of all people.
Sylvester.
Right? You would think maybe Walter because he's the leader of the group, or maybe Cabe, or maybe Paige because she's the one that deals with people, or maybe Toby because he's the doctor. Sly,
guys, Sly. But so believable, about how he was like, I am a germaphobe. I wouldn't do any of this. Believable to us. So general, he's like, I don't know if you're a germaphobe, but believable to us in the sense that he must really be serious if he's putting his hands all over up in this. And they make a treaty because he's basically like, listen, the U.S. is going to stop your space program because this is not going to happen anymore. This is dangerous to the world. So you can we can license you our technology so you can test the stuff that you get out of space before you bring it down here to Earth and kill the world. How about that?
And we still want to cut.
80-20 though. Is that a deal? I mean, I thought it was a good deal.
Yeah,
I thought the general got off.
I thought he might kind of come back with let's go 90-10 or something.
Yeah.
You didn't even know.
He didn't. He just was like, all right.
He took it.
And Sly was a hero, even though he almost threw up twice.
Right.
That was funny.
Yeah.
That was cute.
That was cute.
And then Paige was like, let's just
That's
keep that to
ourselves.
ourselves.
Yeah.
So cute. So stinking cute. And that's the episode, all in all.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't mention, but Paige does find out that Toby and Happy are off getting freebies.
I loved that.
Me
it was
too.
a short exchange, but that was so funny because it was very dry. The way that all of them delivered it was so well done.
And it was hinted at the beginning when she was talking to him. And she's like, do you have perfume on?
Yeah.
Why does it smell like lavender? And even Happy was like, I don't smell anything.
Right,
like,
yeah.
it was so
we know
quick.
the whole episode she's been picking up little clues here
Little
and
clues.
there. Yeah.
Exactly.
I
And then
love
at
it.
the end, and then he was like, she's not going to want to bribe. I want to bribe.
Yeah.
And they give her some spa
Like pay her
stuff.
off, yeah.
So good. So good.
Funny.
Good episode. Really. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed so much of it. I thought we got a lot in this episode. Sometimes I feel like we don't get much. You know, like the story doesn't advance and we focus a lot on the mission.
Oh, right.
And this one I feel like the mission did a lot. Like it advanced a lot. And we got a lot
from
with
the team.
Scorpion.
Yeah.
So I was very happy.
It makes me excited for the finale.
Right. Which
they're
I think we have
definitely setting
two
us up for that.
episodes, maybe 3.
Yeah.
2, maybe 3.
2 or 3.
Yes, and hopefully we will have Ari Stidham and Kevin Wiseman here for probably maybe the last episode. But before we say bye, do we have any predictions? It's tough. This is such a tough show to predict because the procedural aspect of the mission. And, you know, next week they show us there's a lot of heat, somebody's real hot, and there's danger. That's really what they showed us for next week, right?
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
Exactly.
Spot
Heat,
on.
someone's in danger. But we don't know nobody's gonna die. It's okay. You guys, it's fine. It's all good. It's all good. But do we have any predictions?
Predictions.
Yeah.
Predictions. I don't know.
So we're gonna get Allie.
Yeah, we're gonna get
hopefully
Allie.
will get
I
Allie.
think Allie's gonna be at the wedding.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
We already know we get Ray back, but I
Yes.
don't know exactly how he's gonna come back. But I'm hoping he'll be back for the finale, maybe
Hopefully
for
more
the
than
wedding
one.
as well.
Okay, more than one.
I think it would be funny to see him officiate the wedding.
That would be so great.
I would love that. Yeah.
I would love that.
Um,
Do you think we will see Happy's dad?
because he's in jail. Yeah. I think they
He's-
should let him out.
Right, he's in jail, but
For the
he's
day.
not. It's not for
He said
murder, and they have connections with Homeland. So
Right.
it's like he should be able to get out for the day.
For the day.
For the day.
Yeah.
I hope we see him. I would.
Right.
I would like to see him. I would like to see him. I feel like
Do we even know Toby's family?
not much.
We don't know anything about Toby's family, where
No.
he came from, how he grew up, really, right?
No.
We know about how Happy grew up. She was, we do not know much about Toby now that we think about,
Do you think that's going to be an issue?
I
coming
hope
up?
so.
So
I
maybe we're
hope
going to
it
find
is.
out things about his family that maybe Happy's like, I can't do
Right?
this.
Because we have to meet his family before the
do.
wedding, or
We
at
do.
least for the wedding,
Yes.
So
Yes.
that'll be interesting to see.
That'll be super interesting.
They've
Oh,
got
I
to be
love
around.
that.
Yeah,
Oh, I
they've
love that.
gotta
I
be
can't
around.
wait.
Yeah,
Give us
who are they
some
gonna
of
be?
that.
Who's it gonna be? Are they gonna, cast someone that we know, like
like a
Leah
good-
Thompson? You know what I mean?
Yes.
We'll
That would be
see.
so good. That would be so good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Everybody. I think that's it. Everybody in the
it.
chat.
Thanks for
Thank
joining us.
you.
We have so much chatting going on
We
right now.
love
I love
it. Everybody who watches on another day but tunes in, thank you. We appreciate it so much.
Yeah.
We hope you guys enjoyed this episode like we did, even though I know I got a little nitpicky and stuff, but I really enjoyed it. I hope
always
you
do.
guys, I do get a little nitpicky with the show. After watching it for 3 seasons, get a little nitpicky. But let us know what you thought of the show. You can find me, Monse Bolanos, on Twitter and Instagram at MonseBolanos. And you can also catch her, Susannah. And you know what? She does other shows here too.
Yes, although The Walking Dead is now over for the season.
For the
now,
season.
yeah, but we'll see. But I'm also doing Speechless here. You guys can find me on all social media at Susannah_Kim. It's SUSANNAH_KIM.
All right, guys. We and gals, cats, dogs, bunnies, everybody who's listening, tuning in. We shall be here next week.
Yes.
There's another episode, so we will be here next week. Same place, same time. Hope you're also here.
Yep.
Thank you. Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.